It is Friday, December 6th, and getting in the Christmas spirit. Starting to play some of those songs. I have to go off and do a tree lighting thing here for our local town thing, something I've been doing for about 30 years. This is it, first Friday of December every year, as long as there's a first Saturday right after it. Anyway, so got Christmas on the mind, and I hope people are starting to work on Christmas tunes. Oh, I haven't put any up lately. Okay, next week, a new instrumental Christmas song. I'll have to check and see which ones we have. I assume we've done this. Actually, what I'd like to see people do is start working on some of their own arrangements of Christmas tunes. Oh, maybe that'll be the lesson. Hey, speaking of Christmas, don't forget about gift cards for your friends. They don't even have to be ours. I mean, go to Target or something. What do I get my kids this year? I don't know. Haven't figured that out yet. They're all going to be home. Okay, whining off at the mouth. Let's see, what was I supposed to do this week? Slow motion versions of a few tunes. You guys who can play that could probably get enough of it just from that. I hope. What was I going to talk about? A couple of cool things. We had. We finished up my little set at Don Quixote's with a little sleight of hand and pipeline. Now, Sandy came into her lesson this week and said, "I gotta learn pipeline." I said, "Okay, hang on a second. Did you see there's some really nasty stretches in there?" And she said, "Yeah." I said, well, I've worked in the past. I've tried to come up with alternate fingerings for that little part. If you want to try that at home, you need to be able to get, no big deal, we need an E back here and a B up here. And right after one of the B's up here, we need a C in the bass, and it hurts already. I don't play that very often because it is too painful. Anyway, but at Sandy's lesson this week, we worked on it. I think I did a fly on the wall with it, but I'm not sure. I have to check. We worked on at least the first part. All you have to do to play that is keep this bass part going. Give you some hints. First finger on the B, and you're going from E to B and G to B, and you gotta use your third finger for the G. So keeping those going, and then figuring out how to play the melody. So you could do the math and figure out which note every melody note, which bass note every melody note needs to be played on. Keyboard part that fills it in. Okay, that's not what I really meant to do today. I needed to run through the stuff we were talking about. I have a bunch of things I want to talk about. Okay, get gathered. Oh, we had some pretty cool tunes. Leonard Cohen this week with One of Us Cannot Be Wrong. I hope people like the sort of easier tune of his. And then a very similar one with, well, what else? We had, I don't think I can remember this. Is that neat or what? It's almost as neat as this. Might have to get to that one someday soon, too. Vanessa, thanks for a new lesson. Broken by Jake Bugg. And did I forget another lesson? No! Oh, the other one! The comments on MattF's lesson. Guys, I love those, and I really like that you know, that you get a kick out of them. I obviously do, and we have a great time together. Matter of fact, this week's lesson, he came in and was fumbling over something or other, and he looked at the camera and says, "You're not shooting this, are you?" And I was, but I said I wasn't. So anyway, we got a nice little, another cool little thing going on with Matt as coming up. And really want to welcome, there were some posts on the forum this week that were really neat. Really appreciate, I noticed somebody commented on Matt's video that she really liked watching them, and it was her first post. Welcome to the forum. And let's see, what else? Sandy, gotta thank Sandy. Speaking, I already talked about Sandy. She gets 2 plugs on the news. For Resurrecting Chaz's great thread of thoughts for the day. That is, I mean, almost 15,000 views since that thing started up a few years ago, is what I noticed. Of course, I kept going back to it because now it's got some more life in it. So anyway, speaking of cool things that I also want to recommend, I've gotten hooked on a puzzle game online. Oh my god. It's amazing I got any lessons done this week. Never been much of a Sudoku fan, but there's a game out there called KenKen that is a numbers game. Same thing, you fill in a grid of 3 by 3 up to 9 by 9. I'm only working on the 4s right now, but if you like math puzzles and stuff, I finally figured it was time for me to get back to games that I used to really enjoy as a younger person. So let's see, what else was I going to do? I think we finished up. Michelle's asked questions about complex structures. I think that was a great question from last week, and the responses were great, and I think I put in some of the things that I suggest, and it's kind of like making your own charts, writing out your own charts, listening to them while you play them, and all that kind of stuff. So I hope people are getting you know, I hope that helped. Jim, aloha, buddy. Looks like you're having a good time there in Maui. There was something important I was going to try to tell you, but now I can't remember. You've been to the music store. Say hi to my cousins, Pete and Louie. They live in Lahaina. So, that was it for there right now. Let's see. I have one more thing I wanted to do, and that is, next week I do have at least one instrumental lined up, and I'm thinking about another one. Walt, it's funny that you should have brought this up. Going to make a good instrumental. I will have to follow it up a little bit too. And Bart, appreciate the vote of confidence on the backstories to songs, because actually I got to get back to something about the instrumental on Daydream Believer. But yeah, it's kind of cool knowing a little bit more. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't know much about John Stewart, or but he wrote some great tunes. The Pirates of Stone County Road is one of them, and then I think I mentioned Gold in the song, but an album of his that I remember listening to a lot in the early 70s was California Bloodlines. Pretty cool. So I encourage you to check out more John Stewart stuff. And I'm glad people took the time to watch some of that video of him talking about it, because there we go, close enough. Okay, so hopefully some instrumentals next week. Well, one for sure. I'm going to get to one Christmas one. I don't know which one it's going to be just yet. Maybe Daydream Believer, because it looks like it's just going to make a great. It reminds me of other songs that I've shown students over the years. I've never shown anybody that one, but shown people over the years that make kind of cool instrumentals. must go there. There we go. Uh-oh. Some unusual key changes there. Okay, I think that's it for today. Excuse the noise once again. We got people making a lot of noise in the neighborhood. I was trying to delay as long as I could, but couldn't do it anymore. We gotta get to that one too, somewhere down the line. Who knows? We need more Beatles songs, more Neil Young, more Pink Floyd, all that stuff. Okay, out of here for now. I will be back next week. I gotta go brush up on my Christmas tunes for sing-alongs tonight. If anybody's in the neighborhood of the Los Gatos tree lighting ceremony, come by. It's supposed to freeze. I might have to break out. I'm gonna have to dig through the piles of stuff and see if I have long pants. I'm not sure. Maybe I can go rent them. Oh well. See you next week.